ગુડ મોર્નિંગ ઓલ ઓફ યુ. સો આજે આપણે નવું ચેપ્ટર સ્ટાર્ટ કરવા જઈ રહ્યા છીએ, એક્સિડન્ટ સ્ટડી સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સ એન્ડ ધ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ. બરાબર, કે ભાઈ એક્સિડન્ટ્સ થવાના ચાન્સીસ શું છે, કઈ રીતે એક્સિડન્ટ્સ થાય છે, બરાબર છે, એના કોઝિસ શું છે અને એના પ્રિવેન્શન્સ આપણે કેવી રીતે કરી શકીએ. ઓકે, so in the year 2000, 41,821 people were killed in the accidents on the US highway in a total of 6 63 lakh 94 thousand police reported accident. As a police reported accidents are generally believed to make up only 50% of all accidents occurring. This implies a staggering total over 12 1 crore 20 lakh accidents for the year. A more complex set of statistics for the year 2000 is shown in the table. To fully appreciate these statistics, some context is needed. More people have been lulled in the highway accidents in the United States and in all of the wars in which the nation has been involved, from the Revolutionary War through the Desert Storm. A great deal of effort on every level of the profession is focused on the reduction of this number. In fact, US highway has been more increasingly safe for a variety of reasons. The number of annual fatalities peaked in 1972 with 54,589 deaths in the highway related accidents, while the total number of fatalities has declined by over 23% since 1972. The decline in the fatality rate per 100 million vehicle miles traveled is even more spectacular. So this is a kind of the statistics data. So approach to the highway safety. Improving highway safety involves consideration of three elements influencing traffic operation: the driver, the vehicle, and the roadway. Okay, so when we are approaching to a highway safety, there are the main three elements. The first is the driver, the vehicle, and the roadway. Unfortunately, the traffic engineer Unfortunately, the traffic engineer has effective control over only one of these elements, the roadway. The traffic engineer can also play the role of informed advocate for improved driver education and the licensing procedures, and for the required incorporation of safety features in the vehicle design. The latter factor, however, are subjected to the political and legislative process and are not under the direct control of the engineer. On the basis of the reference in the highway safety in ITE traffic safety toolbox, at least three basic strategies that may be employed to improve the traffic safety. The first is exposure control, the second is accident risk control, and the third is injury control. Another basic reference cite similar strategies separate into the five categories. The first is exposure control, second is accident prevention, third is behavior modifications, fourth is injury control, and the fifth is post-injury management. The first is exposure control. Exposure control is common to both least and involved strategies that reduce the number of vehicle miles of travel by motorists. This, of course, has proven to be the very difficult strategy to implement in the United States, given that the automobile is the overwhelming choice of the travelers. The march toward ever increasing national vehicle miles traveled has continued unbatted for over 35 years. Efforts to reduce auto use and the travel cover a wide range of policy planning and the design issue. Policies and the practice that attempt to reduce auto use include diversion of travel to public transportation modes, substitution of telecommunication for travel, implementation of policies, taxes, and the fees to discourage auto ownership and uses, reorganization of land use to minimize travel distance for the various trip purposes, driver and the vehicle restriction through licensing and the registration restriction. Most of these strategies must take place over a long time period and many require systematic physical changes to the urban infrastructure and the behavioral changes in the traveling public. Some require massive investment. while others have not yet demonstrated the potential to affect the large change in the travel behavior. So the accident risk control and accident prevention. Accident risk control and accident prevention are similar terms which with a number of common features. They are not, however, the same. Accident prevention implies action that reduce the number of accidents that occur for a given demand level. Accident risk control incorporate this, but also include measure that reduce the severity of an accident when it occurs. Reduction of accident severity overlap accident risk control and injury control strategies. Accident prevention involves a number of policy measures, including driver and the pedestrian training, removal of drivers with bad driving records, and the provision of better highway designs and control devices that encourage good driving practice and minimize the occurrence of the driver error. Risk control or reduction of severity often involves the design and the protection of the roadside and the median environment. Proper guardrail or impact attaining devices will reduce the impact energy transfer to the vehicle in an accident and can direct the path of a vehicle away from objects or area that would result in a more serious collision. The next is a behavior modification. This category is separately listed in the reference is an important component of a strategy for accident prevention and exposure reduction. Affecting mode choice is a major behavior modification action that is hard to successfully achieve. Often this requires providing a very high class and convenient public transportation alternatives and implementing policies that make public transportation a much more attractive alternative than the driving from for commuter and other types of trips. This is an expensive process, often involving massive subsidies to keep the cost of public transportation reasonable, coupled with the high parking and other fees associated with driving. Use of high occupancy vehicle lanes and other restricted uses lanes to speed public transportation, providing a visual travel time differential between public transportation and the private automobiles is another useful strategy. If drivers and the motorist cannot be successfully diverted to alternative modes, driver and pedestrian training programs are a common strategy for the behavior modification. Many states offer insurance discount if a basic driving safety courses is completed every 3 years. There is, however, little statistical evidence that driver training has any measurable effect on accident prevention. The final strategy in behavior modification is enforcement. This can be very effective, but it is also expensive. Speed limit will be more closely obeyed if enforcement is strict, and the fines for the violation are expensive. In recent years, the use of automated system for ticketing drivers who violate red lights have become quite popular. Automated speed enforcement is also possible with the current technologies. The issue involved is automated enforcement are more legal than technical at present. While the license plate of a vehicle running a red light can be automatically recorded, it does not prove who is driving the vehicle. In most states, automated ticketing result in a fine but does not include points on the owner's license, since it could not be proved that the owner was the driver at the time of the violation. The next is the injury control. Injury control focuses on the survivability of occupants in the vehicular accident. This is primarily affected by the better vehicle design that is generally encouraged by an act of the Congress. Vehicle design features that have been implemented with improved crash survivability in the mine include seat belts and the shoulder harness and the laws requiring their use, child restraint seats and system and the laws requiring their use, anti-burst door locks, padded instrument panels, energy absorbing steering post and crumble zones, side door beams, airbag, headrest and restraints, shatterproof glass, and the forgiving interior fittings. Post-injury management, while included as part of injury control in reference, this is related to a separate category in reference. The traffic fatalities tend to occur during the three critical time periods. During the accident occurrence or within a minutes of it, death is usually related to head or heart trauma or extreme loss of blood. within 1 or 2 hours of the accident occurrence. In this period, death is usually due to the same causes noted above: head or heart trauma or loss of blood. Within 30 days of the admission to the hospital, death usually results from the cessation of brain activity, organ failure, or infection. About 50% of the traffic fatalities occur in the first category, 35% in the second, and the 15% in the third. There is a little that can be done for death occurring during the accident or immediate thereafter. And the later category is difficult to improve in the developed countries with a high quality medical care system. The biggest opportunity for improvement in is in the second category. Deaths within 1 to 2 hours of an accident can be reduced by systems that ensure speedy emergency medical responses along with a high quality emergency care at the site and during the transport to a hospital facility. Such system involve the speedy notification of emergency services, fast dispatch of appropriate equipment to the site, well-trained emergency medical technician attending to immediate medical needs of victim, and well-staffed and equipped trauma centers at hospitalized hospitals. Since survival often depends upon quickly stabilizing a victim at the crash site, and speedy transport to a trauma center, communication and dispatch system must be in place to respond to a variety of needs. A simple decision on the whether to dispatch an ambulance or a med evac helicopter is often a life or death decision. ઓકે, સો આપણો જે નેક્સ્ટ ટોપિક છે પ્લાનિંગ એક્શન ટુ ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ પોલિસી સ્ટ્રેટેજી, એ આપણે નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચરમાં જોઈશું. ઓકે, સો સી યુ ઇન ધ નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચર.